So, hello, welcome. We're doing a live weapon review today. So we've got chat on the screen if anyone wants to make a message kind of thing, you'll see. Today we are going to be looking at the Amputator, which is an exclusive LE that was released back in 2009. And this weapon is unique in a sense, but my opinion of it has drastically changed since obviously obtaining having a copy of it. So this is a very slow attack speed and a very high critical chance hit weapon. The non-crit is 40 and the critical is 200, and the melee range is a 1.5, but that doesn't seem right for me for what it is. Now this was kind of based on a tribute of Dracula movie, as you can see there, or at least I think it is. I've never seen this, but hey, that is what it is. And like I said, this was released back in 2009 for a month, and a lot of people did get access to this pretty early on, and obviously it's one of those ones that's very, very rare to have. Thankfully I've got a copy here, and you can see the damage of it is your traditional stuff, but see if I go to do... Wait, what? Let's see how this goes. So we have just a little bit more damage per second. We've got 14 damage per hit out of that 40, which isn't correct, I don't think. And obviously we've got 8% critical chance, and it does hit up to 3 enemies. Now the thing about this one is I don't know how to make my mind up on it, but you'll see what I mean when we get into this. Is the Amputator. Now the model in game is very, very unique, and I do quite like it for what it is, but you can't really get a good angle of it apart from this way. So it has two kind of methods, similar to like a machete or the Bloodseeker. Overhead swing or stab, basically, is your two ways. And this weapon is not particularly the best in honesty. So weak damage, very weak damage. So in Raven Ridge it is a bit of a struggle, and it's got like no range as well. Now it can hit up to 3 enemies, but that's because of how weak it is, it's not particularly that good. So just gonna show the range is really that bad. It's not particularly the best melee. Now don't get me wrong, in fact there's no proficiency on it. It's great, it's fantastic, I like it. But when a weapon like this, when a melee weapon this lacks in the range, it is really not a good sign for what it is. Now obviously this is actually struggling from what I can feel from using my implants. It's a struggle, and when it comes to hordes and that, it will not back you up on it, unfortunately. The damage really isn't that good either, and see, I'm going to struggle and try to hit this thing as well. If this was a Bloodseeker, I would have been pretty much easily done. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at this spot, and I'm going to put on my grind implants now, and I will show you the true potential of the weapon itself. I'll look at these as well, because why not? So the animations seem a bit odd as well. Obviously having like a mix of stab and overhead slashes, it doesn't go too well, and even with the boosts it still feels a bit sluggish. Because one of the issues for this is honestly the range on it. It's actually baffling. I feel as if a penknife is actually better, and that's come from somebody that's done the review for a penknife. For me, the only thing going for the Amputator is the fact that it is an LE with a very unique model that you'll never get in the game again. There are very little of them left in the game, so it's just kind of makes things a bit more redundant. With the lack of I can't bother taking them off. Now, with how the weapon is actually without the implants, I would say it's probably more helpful around the bunker area more than anywhere else. Like you can go from Natasha's outpost up to Fort Pacer, and it will probably serve you pretty decently well for what it is. I wouldn't say it will save you in any aspect. There's actually weapons in the game that's a lot better in this kind of situation for it, and that's something I'm going to be opening up at some point in the future. Like, with the implants I've got on, like the grinding setup I've got, it works out just. It's just one of those ones I would probably say no, it's not actually that good. Obviously, if that could be me, I've had a negative experience with this, and I'm not particularly fond on how it really is as a melee weapon. Like, I've got better ones sitting about. For example, the Panhammer, that is just such a more fundamental better weapon. Realistically, I would say the Amputator needs a buff, but it's going to be classed as it is an elite, but I feel as if it needs a buff. It needs something a bit more to it. Maybe a lot more attack speed, on top of its lack of proficiency because of how old it is. But yeah, if you guys have seen this before, if you've used it, what do you think of it? Have you had any kind of similar thoughts, feelings? What's your opinion of it? As I would say, for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably a 4. In terms of a weapon to use, it generally isn't going to do you much help in a lot of areas. So yeah, this is not particularly a great one to have. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to let you guys go from the video, and we'll go from there, and bye.